Yes. Good night, YouTube. This is Jay Evans. One last video before the night, before I tuck in. Night, night. Won't let my bed bugs bite. We have a community full of unfathered children, and the children are wild. The children are wild. There's no stopping them. It may not seem that bad to people who don't drive around these neighborhoods. I'm driving around the city pretty much every day. Every day. Minus Sunday and Monday. Those are the only days I don't work. And for the most part, I don't see any hope or relief in sight. That video I made on single mothers was a bit harsh. I'll admit it. But when you see what I see every fucking day, you go pick up a passenger, there's like 5 or 6 different women walking down the street, and groups of women walking with children, no father in sight. If there is a father in sight, he's some hood rat, his pants sagging down halfway off his ass, or he's trying to fight the bus driver on the bus with his 2 sons. I can't make this shit up. The whole culture just needs to be thrown out, thrown in the garbage. Because now, if you dress as a respectable young black man or woman, they'll tell you dress like a lame or old person. I had that happen to me on my job. Can't you believe that shit? Can't you believe that shit? By a ghetto ass passenger. I knew this bitch was ignorant. The uniform is a dress shirt, also white dress shirt, and blue khaki pants, khaki pants. Jamaicans say khaki, so I don't know why I have no clue why they said that, but it's khaki, whatever. And dress shoes, or I wore boots, but whatever. Obviously, you gotta iron your clothes. My clothes were sharp. I always iron my clothes before I leave. I don't leave the house with dusty, unironed, brown, supposed to be white shirt. But I see a lot of dudes do that, which is disgusting. But anyway, of course, this ghetto hood rat with her blasting her music. She said she thought I didn't hear her because I was making a lot of noise with the thing, but I heard her. I just ignored her. It's mentalities like this why we are bottom of the barrel. Well, I shouldn't say we, but when people see people like that, black folks like that, people aren't the brightest. You have to understand that. People are intellectually lazy, and they're going to judge you based upon, what do you say, the worst, or whatever propaganda they see on television. Understand, damn near everything on television is propaganda against black folks. That's how people learn overseas, quote unquote, what black is supposed to be here in America. We need positive promotion of healthy black relationships, actual black folks who are married. It's gonna be one hell of a fight to change the narrative. It's gonna be one hell of a fight. Man, I should do a video about black folks. And you see, the problem with us is individually we don't really, I wouldn't say we don't want to change anything, but again, we have that certain demographic amongst us who are just, they're lazy, they're disgusting, they don't want to change anything. They profit off of the culture. If there were more fathers in homes, then these grown niggas in their 40s and 30s wouldn't be able to fuck underage girls, 13, 14, misguided little girls. Let's just call a spade a spade. You see what I'm saying? But when you can benefit off of a culture, there's no need to even want to change it. And I know some people might have got creeped out by what I just said, but this is real life shit. Real life. I had a passenger, she was with her, I think that was her granddaughter. Pretty dark skinned Haitian lady. Well, I mean, she lived a rough life, so it kinda, you know, she didn't really open up to the women in her family. She didn't have anybody to talk to, blah blah blah. This dude, starts talking to her. Bam, winds up pregnant at 17. Whole time he's whipping her ass, controlling her. That's not to say all older dudes are just ass whooping maniacs. Like, not all older guys who date you are gonna be whooping your ass. But again, well, she was 17, but still, one more year. He could have waited the year. Let's come on now. He could have damn well waited if he wanted it that bad. But again, that man, and it is crazy. These dudes be out here manipulating, and then why would you manipulate somebody just to beat them up? Much less the woman. But insanity doesn't need an excuse to do something. Lunacy. This is just, I don't know. She has a gorgeous complexion, but it looks like that rough life that she lived took its toll on her. It really did. Looked like it took everything from her. Her youth, her beauty, gone. She still has that pretty skin tone, but that youth and that beauty is gone. And she's only in her 20s. How many kids she had for that guy? I think she said 3 for that one. Oh no. Maybe she's late 20s. Or maybe she's early 30s. But she looks great. She still has a baby face, but again, it looks as though time took a toll on her. Which goes back to my point. Some people are benefiting off the culture, and okay, it's not really a good thing, but they're still benefiting. They're getting something that they want at very little cost. But there's an expense on the young girl's part. Their life is getting fucked up in the process. It's crazy, man. Again, back to the people benefiting off the culture. You got dudes out here. It's cool to be a hood dude. It's cool to be posted up on the block all day not doing shit with your life. It's a very backwards culture. It's cool to be ignorant. It's cool to just jump up in a nigga face when you think you heard something. We have a community of highly sensitive men, and like this shit, it's like the men and the women just switch places. Men shouldn't be that sensitive and hyper reactive to the point where they want to fight you. You could have said something. You could have gave a compliment under your breath, like, "Damn, those some nice shoes." And he's like, "What?" Entire communities of it's crazy, man. Every time I go out, I see herds of women with children, no man in sight. Herds of women with children, no man in sight. Then there's the obesity thing. Dear God. Dear God. 80%. 80% of our women are overweight. This is not to throw shade. These are facts. Is the majority of the black women that come on my bus. I transport old people. Okay? I shit you not. I get mad every time I see it. I get mad. Yes, we can argue that some are health issues or whatever. But bruh, let's be serious. Let's be honest. Our culture tells these women they're thick. Our culture says we shouldn't correct them. You can't correct a black woman. You can't. We live in a matriarchal society where the women run the homes. You cannot correct our women without them feeling a certain way about it. This is not a shade. It's hard dealing with our women sometimes because you can say something and they'll take it a different way. Yes, there are some that are reasonable and who are just down to earth. But if, all in all, if you say something that doesn't really resonate with them or how they feel, then they're going to bat that shit down very quickly. And that's just how it is. Lord. I don't want to ramble on too much longer because I might get tired and fall asleep on the phone. But we need change. I know I ramble on a lot about this, but we're gonna need it soon. I'm not trying to sound like a doomsday guy, but this shit, this year already started off crazy. This year started off crazy. Just wondering what's gonna happen next. Well, for the time being, that was my video. Thank you guys for listening. Jay Evans, I'm out. See you on the next one.